What's up, guys? Troy ATXRC Productions here, 3DR Solo Productions, and ATX or Austin Drone Space. Um, Obviously, you see what's before you. It is a blue Solo. How did we get to turn blue? Well, we did a paint job on it. But to do a paint job on it, and I wasn't wanting to break it down and leave it apart and do a paint job and then have an issue and whatever, um, I purchased a 3DR shell for Solo. They shipped them last week. Very well packaged. I've bought a P3 shell recently to fix a local pilot's P3 that he crashed. It did not come nearly as well packaged, or just in general, the plastic on a Solo shell is 5 times thicker or stronger. It's different. It's higher quality. It's not DJI smack talk. It's just truth, people. You want to take two of them and compare them? Do it. For me, I've seen two of them compared. In fact, I can show you one around here somewhere that it twists and bends. The thing is nice and solid. You open it up, and all these legs are not in there right now, but it's got the legs. It comes with a leg over here that actually has a compass included. The compass is installed, I'm sure, for orientation purposes, so you don't screw it up putting it in the leg. But that's a pretty good plus. The DJI one, for instance, doesn't come with a compass. It does have a compass all built in and all together with the GPS unit, is all I'm saying. So, legs, LED covers actually are stuck in here. GPS cover. Battery tray is taped together. This is my old one. Things to note. I did not think that this was going to be the case, but this is not a two-piece shell. It is already glued together. So I actually had planned my paint job around this thing being kind of two pieces. It wasn't. So keep that in mind. That being said, I'm glad it's not. It adds to the structural rigidity of it. It already being glued and in the right way. Just, again, no twisting, no bending, nothing. It's a solid shell. I mean, I'm trying to bend it there. I can't. So, other things to note. It does not come with a gimbal door. A little weird, I thought, but they gave me a compass, so I guess I can't complain, right? It does come with the stickers that cover the antennas on the legs. It does come with some little Velcros. Hey, Parker.
Hi.
It does come with some little Velcros also that go in the legs with the antennas. So if you were to swap the antennas and the legs, you'd want to reuse the Velcro. I reused my regular legs and my regular compass just because I didn't have a need to replace them. I also use these for the paint ones, the ones out of the case. And so, yeah, I oversprayed. Who cares? So that's why I swapped them too. I wanted a nice clean look. So that's that. That's the original body. So we painted with a gloss deep blue Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch. It's a 2 times the coverage can, and it's a primer and a paint all in one. I've done some painting with the Rust-Oleum stuff before, so I've already kind of known that it's going to be a really, really nice kind of enamel gloss look, and that's what I wanted out of this particular shell. It has some few blemishes, but I'll be honest, even though I would plan on buffing them out with some sandpaper and then respraying it, once I got this thing inside, I realized it looks so good in 90% of the places, there's no point in me wasting any more time on painting it. Yes, there's a few spots that I bumped with the box that I had to lay some heavy spray down that it's not exactly great, but I'll be honest, it's to the naked eye, unless you're looking at it, it's not horrible. So for me, it was quite easy. A couple of ways to prep a shell. First of all, if you're going to use acetone, the only reason you would want to use acetone is if you're wanting to also remove all of the excess paint, like the 3DR logos all over the side. The Solo, the front, and even the bottom has some writing. For me, I masked the bottom off before I did my acetone. I wanted the bottom to be black. I kind of wanted the link thing, and I just wanted the bottom black. I just thought it gave it a nice kind of clean look with the black legs. So for me, I masked that off, and then I did my acetone wash, which took off all the paint. Now you have to be really good and careful about making sure you're not smearing the paint and then just leaving it everywhere. So you have to really, really clean it really well. A really heavy acetone will take that off. I wanted it all off though because I didn't want any weird texturing or anything. And though this paint isn't thick, over multiple layers you're going to get it to add up and thicken and thicken and thicken even more. And it might become a little pronounced. So I just wanted that nice, clean, glossy, like you can see, shiny, smooth look down the sides, which I pretty much achieved pretty easily. I sprayed almost the entire can on this thing. I laid down coats every 5 minutes, and I sprayed 90% of the can out on it. I was happy with the overall look. So, sprayed it, I masked it, I sprayed it, and then after it was all ready, we tore it down and we did the rebuild on it. Anybody that's already dug into Solo knows this thing is modular, man. It is easy to take apart and change motor pods, take it apart, even pull the main board out. Take the battery out. The front GPS just pops right out by lifting the two edges and then pulling forward. You kind of use the front of the machine to just, or the copter to just kind of leverage it, and it pops right towards you. It pulls off, and you get all 7 screws out. Pull it out. Disconnect the GPS. Once that's out, there are 4 screws holding down the main board. Before you do that, though, you go through and you take each 4 screw out of the each 4 screws out of the motor pods and pull those out and unplug them. Pull those 4 main screws out of the board. Take your gimbal bay out. Disconnect the gimbal cable, obviously, from whatever gimbal or whatever static mount. Thanks. And then you're basically ready to pull the board out. Once you pull the board out, it has everything attached to it. There are 2 more screws on a lower gimbal, this accessory bay port that hold it, that breakout board. Those 2 screws come out, pull all the wires out of the arms, and it's done. It's out. There's nothing else to it. Now that main board has multiple boards attached to it, and I did have video on this, but I actually somehow lost one of them, and the second one just didn't tell the whole story, so I didn't put it all together. But it's really quite that simple, guys. This copter is easy to work on, and it was easy to port over. I did have a small issue with, for me, pulling the GPS cable out. It just wasn't. It seemed like it was the soldering on it was just very tacked in there. It wasn't 100% solid. I think that one of the edges lifted is what the problem was. And after that, it had already lifted and I kind of snapped it right off. Not to be worried, which I was. It took me about 30 minutes to resolder all 4 pins and the 2 sides, so 6 small little pins. But I got it in there successfully, and I honestly was surprised with how well I did on resoldering it. Test fluid. It flew. It did ask for a compass recalibration once everything was done. Besides that, this thing was super easy to swap out. It really was. I'm not telling everybody out there to go swap out their shell. Please don't. Please don't dig deeper into there until you have some kind of soldering skills, at least to be able to fix anything that you might screw up. That being said, there's not a lot to screw up. It really was very easy. So just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown. That's my Solo switchover. I'm super happy with it. I just think that it's great. These decals, if anybody wants to know, I actually got these through the promotions department. They sent me some. I asked for some. They said don't send me. So not a whole lot. They sent me those and some of the older 3DR decals. But thanks to Vu for doing so, as well as the shirt. They got me a shirt. And I also got a hoodie sweatshirt too. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching, guys. ATX RC Productions, 3DR Solo Productions, ATX Drone Space. Really was fun doing this. I'm really excited about taking the next paint job, which is going to be on this shell. And I haven't decided if we're going to do a hydro dip or if I'm going to really take some time on laying out some really cool graphics on it and just trying to do something really trick. Besides that, you guys fly safe, fly smart, fly 3DR. Later.